Boy, here we go. This is going to be a long one, huh? Did a really good job at asking that question and trying to make me answer it. This is turning into from an interview to church critiquing me somehow.
No.
Hello? It's Smokey. Give me a beer. It's Fore Right.
Now everybody just calm down.
Yours truly, Uncle Turks. Welcome to the Three Off the Tee podcast.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Three Off the Tee podcast, or in today's case, Four Off the Tee podcast. Playing by Levi's rules, you don't know what you're hitting off the tee. But, guys, I appreciate you guys joining in this week. We have none other than Mr. Thrifty Golf DMV himself with us today. Going to talk about some things on Whatnot that he's experienced, how he got into Whatnot, and a ton of other questions that, I worked my ass off to come up with these questions. And, these other guys did not do anything.
I got a notepad. I got a notepad, motherfucker.
Oh boy, here we go. This is going to be a long one, huh?
Oh yeah.
Y'all might want to lock in. We got, we got easy questions. We might ask him some personal questions.
Yeah.
Might ask him some stuff that's happened on the app or might not have happened on the app. Who knows what we're going to get into.
Okay.
So lock in. Guys, I appreciate y'all being here. Please continue to comment, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you're notified anytime that we drop a new video. We appreciate it, guys. Thank you all for being here. Right quick, before we jump into this, if you haven't had the chance yet, go over to ballmarkers.com, use code OFFTHE, TEA, for 10% off anything that's not already on sale, which is hardly anything because everything they have, I feel like, is on sale. They have tons of great deals going on for Christmas. Get over there. I don't know if it's too late to get them now for your stocking stuffers because you're not seeing this till Friday. But get over there, order some stuff. Tons of great stuff. Tell them Three Off the Tee sent you. With that being said, I'm going to kick it over to Levi.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Tyler, welcome in. Glad to have you on the show. Our very first guest for this insanity you'd call a podcast. Why don't you tell us?
Honored and frightened. I don't know what else to say.
That's probably the exact.
That's how I am every episode.
Yeah.
Why don't you take a minute? Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah. So Levi mentioned my name is Tyler. Most of these guys and people on Whatnot do not know me by that name. My name on the app is Thrifty because my business is called Thrifty Golf DMV. I've been a Whatnot seller for about 2.5 years now. I started just kind of doing it, thrifting for golf clubs and golf accessories and things that I sold on other marketplaces, eBay and Mercari. And it kind of all went down that path because I was a COVID golfer. I started playing, in 2020 or whatever it was, whatever that is now. It's hard to even remember at this point. And I just started buying clubs because I was looking to see what I liked to play with because I got really, really into trying to learn how to play golf, going to hit balls. I was like obsessed with it because I kind of have a bit of an obsessive personality. If I really am into something and like something, I become obsessed. And I became obsessed with trying to learn how to play golf and play golf. And first couple of times I bought some golf clubs to test out at the range, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll go on to the next thing. And I ended up selling them on Facebook Marketplace very quickly and made money every single time that I did it. So I was like, man, there's something here. I don't know what's going on, but there's something here. Golf clubs are in really high demand, and it was just so easy to sell them. And so I've always had a background of being a thrifter, entrepreneurial spirit. I've always had side hustles, done stuff besides my normal, full-time jobs. And so I just decided to dabble in, buying the clubs. I love working on them, regripping, cleaning them, all that sort of thing, bringing life to old clubs. So it kind of just slowly snowballed into this little miniature side business that I had. And I don't want to say too much because you guys might ask me some more questions. So maybe I'll just leave it at that for right now. And then we can talk more about how I got into Whatnot specifically if you guys are going to ask that question. But
might as well just hit you off rip with what was
Well,
the deciding factor that made you jump? What was there? A friend, somebody that reached out. What was the impact that got you on?
Yeah, so it kind of started because I was weirdly became friends with Jacob Farr, Random Far Golf on Whatnot and Instagram. So when I was buying and reselling, it was mostly eBay and Mercari and sometimes Facebook Marketplace, and I hit on a really big Nike deal when I was looking on Facebook Marketplace one day. 15 new old stock Nike method putters, and maybe it was like 30 or 40 engage wedges. Everything was brand new. And I didn't really have, the patience to sit and list every single one of them on eBay. So I posted them in a Nike Facebook group. And Jacob reached out to me asking if he could just buy everything that I had. And I was like, I mean, if we can make the right deal that makes sense, I'd love to just move it that fast. Like quick flips are great, right? And so he trusted me that we did a deal that was friends and family. So he trusted me somehow to buy it from me. And then oddly, we just kind of like kept messaging. Like I would share some of my finds with him, and he would share some of his with me, and we became like long distance friends via this, this transaction, which was kind of strange to think about. But we would every day. It got to the point where we were messaging every day just about random stuff. We knew we both did the same thing, and we became close long distance friends just via Facebook Messenger from this deal. Jacob convinced me at one point that I should create an Instagram account just to document my finds, because he said, yo, you always find such cool stuff. You should document your finds. I think you'd grow a really quick following on Instagram. Even though it's not going to be huge, but you'd grow a quick following and you could at least have a record of all the stuff that you found. So reluctantly, I was never really a social media guy. I don't really like to boast.
You're too old for that. You're too old for that. Thank God you found Jacob, because Jacob pushed you. You needed the young. You needed the youth.
Yeah. So he convinced me to do it. I did it. And then shortly after that, I grew a decent following pretty quickly, like 500 people or whatever. It wasn't anything crazy, but shortly after that, Whatnot golf category was created, and the reps were looking for people like me, smaller people that kind of did it as like a side hustle or hobby, to come on the app, because they felt like, nobody ever really told me this, but I think they just needed to create some kind of foundation for the category. They wanted people that are doing it out of their garage, because they felt like it would be difficult probably to get some of the big guys that they're getting now. And so they asked me to do it. It was like right before 4th of July weekend. Where are we? 2025. So that would have been 2023, right? And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. That sounds crazy, right? Like the only people that I've watched was Stacked Golf on Whatnot. I was like, there's no way. I'll get crushed if I try and go on there. And there was hardly any sellers at the time. And Jacob is a gambler. So Jake was all about it. He was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Because they reached out to him too. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. I go, you know what? You try it. I'll see how it goes.
You be the idiot that does it.
Yeah. I said, you try it. I'll see how it goes.
You lose the money first, and I'll see how it looks.
Exactly. Yeah. And he was like, I'm going to do dollar starts. I'm going to do it the same way that Stack does it. And I was like, dude, you're insane. Like, it's not going to work. So his first show, he goes live, and at the time, 100 to 150 people in a show was just outrageous. It wasn't a thing. Like, people didn't get that. And he had 125 people in there, and it was wild. I mean, stuff was going for above eBay market value, and just it was absolute insanity. And I was one of his mods. He made me a mod, and I'm watching this show going, this is outrageous. Like, I need to do this. And after the show, I was so pumped up. I called him. I was like, dude, you killed it. It was amazing. I can't believe it. Like, this is incredible. And so that was the thing. And the next day I called the guy from Whatnot back and said, like, yeah, I'm going to try this. I'll do it for you guys. I'm going on vacation for 4th of July, but when I get back, I'll get a show set up and do it. And, the rest is history from there.
Did you have the app downloaded? How did you find out even about the app before
Yeah, I think
that.
so. I think I actually didn't find out about it from Stacked. I think I found out about it from Harry Tornado because I just watched, general YouTube thrifting videos a lot. And because for me, like I said, like I have this obsessive personality. So when I'm really into something, I get really into it. And for me, going out and hunting for stuff is something that I've always loved, and I think I always will love, even though I can't do it as much now. But the hunt is something that I just get really amped for. So I personally have always enjoyed watching the first person perspective of people going out thrifting or yard sailing or whatever, because I know I enjoy that myself. So when I can't do it, I like those videos. So I think I actually came on to Whatnot as a buyer via Harry Tornado, and then Stacked was also on there, maybe after, concurrently or whatever. And so I was watching them. And at the time, there was I don't even know if there was a golf category when Stacked was on, and there was a couple of guys that sold golf stuff. My guy Griff Golf 304 was one of them. He was selling in sporting goods or something like that.
I can't wait. Griff is a trip.
Yeah, he's the best. You guys need to get him on. He's one of the best.
Can I ask a question?
Sorry, go ahead. I talk too much.
No, it's not you. Every time you stop talking, they start talking.
Speak up, motherfucker.
Y'all both
speak up.
Both asked a question, and then you asked another question. Let me ask a damn question.
Hurry up.
Damn. I worked hard on all these damn questions.
Yeah, oh my.
Here we go.
So, how are you connected to the Department of Motor Vehicles?
So the DMV in my name is not Department of Motor Vehicles. The DMV, the DMV is what us DMV people call the DC metro area. So
now, what do you call it?
DC, Maryland, and Virginia is DMV. So that's what we call the DC metro area.
I thought you were real big on damn driving tests. I didn't know.
No, I did used to work full time for our state roads, but no, not the DMV. Yeah.
What do you actually call the DMV there then? If you guys can
the
call
MVA, the MVA, the Motor Vehicle Administration.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Now look who's asking two questions. Now
Church gets two questions. Okay.
Hey, I'm glad you're asking the hard hitting ones there, Church. I would say probably mint chocolate chip. Is that going to be controversial?
That's one of the worst. One of the worst ice cream
white girl
flavors.
Answer.
That is the worst answer I've ever heard.
Hold on. There is one that I like. It's so Ben and Jerry's and a couple other people make it. It's like a
this is gonna be dumb too.
Chocolate coated waffle cone piece type thing. Have you ever had something like that?
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Those sounds glorious, but. Yeah. I mean, your first answer was mint chocolate chip.
But mint chocolate chip's the staple, I would say. Like,
no, it's not a staple in nothing.
No,
Thrifty.
It is for sure.
No,
it's a good one.
Church, it doesn't matter what you would have answered. Church would have had a problem with it.
Yeah, I would have been wrong no matter what.
No, mint chocolate chip is that's like the bottom of the barrel. Like that's
no, come on.
I wouldn't even touch that. If I'm dying for ice cream, I don't think I'm even touching it. I think I let it melt.
You probably like
my grandma
or something.
No.
My grandma didn't let no ice cream set, and when we cleaned out her freezer when she died, it was tons of mint chocolate chip in there. Just in the back, just.
I would have liked your grandma. She sounds
freezer
great.
burn. No, she didn't eat it. She hated it.
Oh. Well, she saved it for me, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
She was waiting for you to show up. She was waiting for you to show up.
I never made it. I was busy. Sorry.
He's finding golf gloves.
Yeah, exactly.
So how'd that first show go on Whatnot?
Oh man, it was crazy. Like, just like Jacob's, there was just a hunger on the app for more golf sellers. There really wasn't many, and Stacked was really one of the only ones that was running clubs. So I had the club. My previous setup was a club wall. This is a different one now that I'm at the shop, but my club wall had tons of stuff because I was really bad at selling. I was never really good at making the time to take the photos and getting the listings up, and I always was really good at finding the stuff. So I had tons of clubs.
That's called hoarding. That's called hoarding.
Yeah, no, it's just called. Yeah, maybe it was hoarding. I guess I don't know. But Whatnot was a godsend for me because like to be able to run stuff without having to list it and it could sell like immediately was what I needed at the time, because I was always so bad at listing. But yeah, that first show was wild. And, none of us were running hundreds of clubs. I think I ran like 30 clubs, and we didn't have sudden death. And, there was just giveaways were not really a thing.
You couldn't even run a giveaway while trying to sell a club.
Yeah, you couldn't exactly. At the time, you had to run giveaways separately. Like, you couldn't run an item at the same time you ran a giveaway. So I had to literally like stop selling to run a giveaway and take an intermission. It was weird when you really look back on it and think about it. But yeah, there was just a hunger on the app for more golf sellers, and the community wasn't big because we weren't anywhere close to what we are now back then, because, gaining followers was just a very slow process back then because there just wasn't as many people on the app. But there was still that desire and hunger for more golf shows that existed at the time. And so, yeah, that first show was wild. Everything I sold went for market value or more. And I never looked back. I was like, this is the future for me and this side hustle that I have going on. And, I'm glad I did it. So
is this your first full-time gig now?
Yeah, full-time gig now, starting in April of 2025. I left my full-time job to pursue doing this full-time. I always felt like, doing this as a side hustle was great. It was always treated me really well. I was burning I guess the saying is burning the candle at both ends. I was sleeping most days for about a year and a half for like 3 hours a night. Definitely wasn't healthy because I was trying to manage my full-time job, manage this, part-time side hustle that was taking almost full-time hours to make happen, and family stuff. I have 2 young daughters and a wife, and, it wasn't healthy to be doing that for myself. And I've had this huge opportunity in front of me that I felt like was not tapped fully. So talked to my wife about it for many months, and we finally decided it made sense to pull the trigger in April of this past year, and it's gone well so far, so I can't complain. And I love being my own boss and not having to answer to someone if I'm 5 minutes later than I thought I was going to show up to work. And it's great. So
you just got to hear about it from Smokey.
Yeah.
I'll say you hear from somebody pretty often. It's usually me.
Yeah, right. You're up later than me. Get out of here.
Speaking of the last year,
yeah.
About when I came onto the app, there was a lot of stuff going on the app.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff that has went unexplained. Until we decided to have this platform, there's really not been a spot other than going live on Whatnot to explain what happened. There's a lot of people that ask me all the time why that's there, why that underlying tension is there. So, explain what happened if you don't mind, with the whole Take 5 and Thrifty beef and drama, and what transpired, how it started, anything that you want to divulge. You did
a really good job at asking that question and trying to make me answer it. You did really good at it.
I don't even know if you did a
really nice job trying to make sure that I can't just completely dodge that question.
It would take like 6 episodes to try to even explain fully what the.
I don't feel like it makes sense at this point because it's like water under the bridge. There's certain people that you're going to get along with, and there's certain people that you're not going to get along with, and there's some stuff that transpired on the app. I don't really feel like it's a great platform. No offense to you guys, but I don't feel like it's a great look for me to, rehash anything that's happened in the past. There was a disagreement between he and I about just some stuff that was going on the app at the time. And I decided that I wanted to publicly have a conversation with him about it. And we did. And, we just haven't had a relationship at all, he and I, since then. So I think that's it. I don't really know what else I really want to talk about when it comes to that topic.
I get that. I respect that. And now, with that being said, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't come back with a secondary offer or question. If we could, because I really don't think it is water under the bridge. I think there is underlying tension there that will erupt at some point if it's not addressed. If we could facilitate a time where both of you could be on, and let's explain what's going on, and let's get to the bottom of it. Let's make it water under the bridge. I mean, would you be open to that?
I don't ever see that.
I mean, hey,
I have a feeling that we both will have different viewpoints of the situation and what happened, and maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know.
But that's okay,
I
though.
Feel like, I feel like
that's okay.
I think both he and I are very opinionated people, and I might not appear that way all the time on stream, but I'm very opinionated, and I can be stubborn myself. So if I think I'm right, I think I'm right. And I think he's the same way. So, you know, I don't know what sort of resolution would come of something like that. But, you know, I'm always open to have conversations with people. I have nothing to hide personally.
Some friendly dialogue can't hurt.
If you wanna have both of us on and both parties agree to that, you know, I'd be fine doing that. I don't.
That's all I'm looking for.
You know?
That's all I'm looking for. So there's one willing party right there. There's one willing party.
There you go.
I just want everybody to be friends. I just want to benefit off the drama on the way to the solution.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'm trying to stay out of drama, so you know.
No, I get that, but hey, we need. Sometimes you got to mire through a little drama to get to the prize. You know. And,
honestly, at this point, I don't even know if I'd call it drama anymore. Like, I think I think you both could have. I mean, I was on the outside of the whole thing. I was pretty not involved, but I got the full gist, I'd say. And I think both sides, I saw both sides of their fight and their viewpoint on both. And I mean, I could see where both were respectable, like why they did both what they did. So now it's kind of, again, I kind of agree with Thrifty, where it's almost like what's said was said, and it's almost not worth bringing back up because nothing's going to change from it, and there's nothing to gain. But yeah, I mean, it would still be pretty awesome to see how it would actually transpire.
You're not helping our case here.
Well, listen, I mean, because I'm down for it. I'd be here for it.
That's
Trust
the
me.
worst sales job of all time.
I was in both. I wanted it just to be all done, said and done. I was in Thrifty's ear, just telling him to do I was ready for all.
You did not have a podcast then. You did not have a podcast.
I know. But I'm saying I wanted it to be over and done with then. Like, I wanted both sides to plead that. But again, Whatnot's not really the platform to do so. It didn't help either of them to do so. So I understood why they kind of left it where they left it at. So maybe now it would make sense. But it's also I mean, how many people on this app do you think even know any of that? Like, anything happens? There's probably only 30% of the app that knows that happened now. Yeah.
But so now because of us, more people are gonna know.
So that was last November, December timeframe, because I was like Church very new to the app.
Yeah.
And I remember being in that co-host, and I was like, as a new seller on the app, I'm like, what the hell happened? What's going on? Because I didn't know anybody. I didn't have these connections. Like, off app, I didn't really talk to anybody. And when all that went down, like, trying to figure out the root of the problem was like pulling teeth, because very few people actually knew. And so I know that was the talk of the town for probably a good 2 weeks on app, about the great battle of Thrifty and Take 5, and it was quite a while. But
yeah,
as most any kind of drama or whatever, it dies out very quickly. Once it's done, whatever happens, it dies out very quickly, and pretty soon it's forgotten about until you got Church bringing it back up months later.
Oh, in that co-host, I was dancing. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. I was up there DJ, son.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
I appreciate you touching on that, Tyler. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Church has to be
we
that
don't
guy.
have to bring it up again.
It's all good.
Hey, no, listen. Okay,
Church
so
is
we'll
right.
jump.
You guys got to do a job. You're asking questions. So
Listen, I'll glaze you just a little bit real quick, and
All right.
this is kind of constructive criticism, but not really, because who am I to criticize you? Your Instagram posts are incredible, but I need more of it. Like, I don't think you're posting enough on your Instagram. I think I would like to see you posting like an everyday vlog, because I don't watch a lot of Instagram stories, but yours are one that I watch. I find them intriguing. I really enjoy watching them, and I think you could grow that Instagram gigantic by posting more.
Yeah,
Honestly,
for sure. Yeah, and I have content that like I've never done anything with for
guys,
2 years.
Thrifty. Go ahead, keep going. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I was
let
just
him
saying,
talk. What the?
I'm sorry,
This
no,
is
but
not a
I-
He
Smokey
already knows.
interview.
I had to see
So he
it
was gonna just
firsthand.
explain
This
it for
guy, guys, this guy literally wears a.
Yeah.
I'm with him. I met up with Thrifty, went to his house. It was an awesome time. I honestly think you should fucking sell like a seller package where they have to pay you for them to go and spend a day with you, and you can teach them the ins and outs of thrifting and all that and
Yeah.
sourcing. But guys, this guy wears a fucking backpack and a body cam every store he goes in. Like, he's probably had, I think 1,000 hours is an undertaking. Like, the amount of time he probably has of recording all the finds is nuts.
He was fixing to tell us that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well,
Smokey.
I got to see it firsthand, and it's crazy. Okay, I don't want to hear from his mouth, because I heard it enough for 3 days.
Kyle?
No,
Would you just shut up so he can? Our guest can tell us.
I have PTSD
It's-
from the day spent with Thrifty Golf DMV sourcing. Okay, I have and never mind his everyday life.
Well,
of
because
doing
you were looking for shirts and you picked out 15 and one of them was good and the rest had to be put back. So
hey, I got better
That's
at
why.
it. Okay, I got better. Next store we went to, I was crushing it.
yeah, you did better.
But Thrifty, release that footage, man. I'd like to see it.
I know. Yeah, I need to. So I think that's on my list of stuff, is that I just need to make sure that we get it edited. Really, I'd like to just kind of start breaking it into reels and do short little like thrifting clips that we, like you said, Church, that has been one of my goals. It's just a matter of there's only so much time in the day to do everything. And, I need help to do stuff, and I know that. And having this shop here is going to help facilitate a lot of those things, so I can kind of get myself out of certain activities so I can focus on other stuff like that. But yeah, I've got tons of thrifting footage that I think would do really well in reels, and we could post something every day of me finding cool golf shirts or clubs or whatever. So
Yeah,
that is a long-term goal for sure.
yeah. Like, I think your interaction with the camera, even though don't see your face, but like your interaction voice wise is really good. So, like I said, I think those would do really well for you if you posted more of that.
Yep.
So
When Thrifty finds
Do you
a
ever
banger,
feel
when
weird
his
in
little
public?
voice.
Do you ever feel weird in public just talking to yourself?
No, at
nobody
first it was a little weird, I will say. I mean, you seem like a crazy person. But if you kind of think of it the same way as like when you're doing a Whatnot show, right? If somebody walked past you while you were doing a Whatnot show, you're having a full-fledged conversation with nothing, with a screen. Like, you seem like you're insane. And if you can kind of get past it, just walking around the store talking to yourself, it's not that, I personally, I don't really care what people think of me, so it's not that hard for me to just walk around and talk and people look at you funny. But yeah, no, it was, I will say, it was a little weird the first couple times I did it. But after that, no, it's not that. And sometimes I'll be honest with you, there was a lot of thrifting footage that I would go after I was working my full-time job, and I was just mentally and physically drained. And so thrifting was kind of like a bit of just like a nice change of pace for me, like something that I loved doing, and it just felt really good to do after a long day of work, and it was decompressing and all of those things. And so there's a lot of thrifting footage where I'm not saying a thing. I'm just walking around and you're seeing stuff, and I know that some of them will have to be edited with voiceover because I just didn't have any energy to say a word. So yeah. But
what's your handicap?
golf is the answer. No, I am a terrible golfer. I will be the first person to admit that. I didn't, like I said, I started in COVID. I played for a little bit. I got a couple lessons here and there from a friend that played in college. And then I just became like really deep into this, like, thrifting and buying and selling world. And then the actual playing of the golf fell off immensely. So I am not very good. I like playing. I think it's fun, but that hybrid's got smoke coming off of it when I'm playing. So
Are we going to be able to compete with Broski and Smokey in Orlando?
if your back's feeling good, then yes. Yeah, absolutely, Church. Because you're going to be carrying us.
You better have a big backpack that
Church
day.
did just put a simulator in, so he's getting dialed up.
Church did? Well,
Yeah.
I got one I have here. I got to put it in. So it's not going to be in time for me to get a couple practice swings in probably before Orlando. But
Hey, that
Yeah.
not playing golf, I've hit on mine the last 3 days. My back, oh my God. I don't play anymore. Like, I haven't played in 2 months. Like, I haven't played. And I was a guy that played 3 or 4 times a week.
So when I
And
first started talking to Church, he was playing every single day. You try to call him, he's like, "Oh, I'm on the court. Oh, I'm in a tournament. Oh, I'm in the court. Oh." It was impossible to get through to him.
I got to get back on it. I want to get my handicap back down to a low single digits or possibly scratch. And this thrifting, trying to find stuff, even if I'm not out doing stuff, I'm still like trying to find stuff to sell, like just constantly. It's a constant grind. So
yeah,
I get that.
I think it's difficult for you to do both. Like it's if you want to be really successful, and that's the thing that I'll always say about to any of these guys that are looking for advice that are new sellers, right? You look at the people that are the most successful on the app. These people bust their asses. They're grinders. They're people that literally just think about this nonstop every single day. Me, Logie, even Take 5. Like Take 5 busts his ass. Like that guy's a grinder too. Like there's lots of guys that are really big, and everybody's big because they've worked their asses off to get there. Because I'm not a golf shop. Like I don't have brand new and plastic stuff. It's not easy for me to just go live and start, or maybe not brand new and plastic. It's what you guys talked about last week, but
Brand new.
I don't have every single club that's brand new, so it's not as hard for me. It's not as easy for me to just go live and say like, hey, I'm just going to just rip off 1 million brand new clubs for you guys and just have a huge room. Like we've all had to work really hard to get to where we are. I don't know what was the original question. I went off track and I can't loop it
I don't know,
back around.
but Smokey, did you hear
my
that?
advice. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my advice to any new seller is that the best thing you can do is just work your ass off, because that's the thing you have to do to be successful on this app, especially if you're somebody that's like, a small guy just kind of doing it out of your garage or your house or whatever. Like, so.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that olive
off.
branch? That little olive branch he extended there. That little olive branch.
I've always said good. I honestly, there was many times that I told Take 5 lots of stuff that I thought he was doing really well. So we used to get along fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that. Hey,
I'll tell you, if somebody's great at what they do, they're great at what they do. I'm not going to say that they're not. Like
No matter if you like it or not.
Yeah, the guy's he's a
to me, though.
And I told him to, like, in a message, that like he's a master marketer. He's great at marketing himself. I wish I could be that good at marketing myself. I try really hard to market myself well, but he is a master.
Just like
so
Goated.
Lots of things that lots of people do well.
Goated's a great marketing. Their marketing's insane.
Wait, Thrifty, I got a question for you. Thrifty, I got a question for you. Are you blocked by Goated Golf as well?
Yes.
I just wanted to add that name to the list of
club.
yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Add a name.
I think mine is a guilty by association block. I will say that I will leave it at that.
Mine is because I burnt a den caddy.
Mine is because I paid to have that den caddy burned.
To me, they had bought the den caddy, and it was theirs to do with what they want. It wasn't a personal shot at anybody. They said, "Hey, I bought that. I want it burned." And I'm like, "All right, here you go. Bonfire time."
That was one of the best
And
stuff.
here's the thing: to me, I don't get all the why somebody's upset. If somebody pays me my money for my hat, whatever, or my polo or my ball mark, whatever it is, and you want to burn it, feel free. That's your product. I already made what I made off of it. You can set a fire. Doesn't bother me. But so
Hey.
let's rewind just a little bit, real quick. Off of Thrifty's note for new sellers, this, if you want to be successful, it's a commitment. It's going to eat into some other part of your life, and I've learned that over this past year, as far as like my social life is whatnot, for the most part. Like my Friday nights of game nights don't happen because those are my show nights, and so it has affected my personal life in a huge way. But to me, it's been worth it because it's letting me achieve goals I never thought was possible, that have improved our home life and stuff like that. And so if you want to be successful, it's a commitment. Other parts of your life are going to suffer.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I think commitment is a great word to use, because a lot of people just go in half-assed, and you have to go all in. If you want to do this, go all in. Make sure that you're doing everything in your power to try and make it work for yourself. I don't love watching the app and seeing people just lose money hand over fist. Like,
correct.
It's just bad. If you're gonna sell, make sure you're making money. Like, you have to either sell it for enough that you're making money, or you need to buy it for the right price to make sure that you're making money. And I would suggest the latter of the two, because
it's a lot easier.
You make your money, and this is advice. My dad's in sales, and he used to always say, you make your money on your buy. And that's my advice to everyone, because if you buy something for the right price, you never have to worry about making money, because you will no matter what, right? That's the thing to always keep in mind when you're doing this. And it doesn't mean you have to be cheap, right? Like, you can spend money, but you just have to make sure you're buying it for the right reasons, and you have to have the self-control to say no if it doesn't make sense for you. And a lot of people don't have that, right? They see an opportunity in front of them and say, like, oh my God, look at all these great clubs, and I can have clout on whatnot because of all these great clubs, right? Like, I have all this good stuff that I can sell. And they overpay for it just because they want to have good stuff to run. But it might not make sense for your business, so you probably should say no, right? And another deal might come along at some point that makes more sense. And you have to make connections and things to get some of those deals. But don't go into it trying to lose money, or not even trying, but don't go into it losing money and continue to do it, I guess, is a better way to put it. So
the last 2 minutes has been much too profound for this podcast. Like,
should we talk about the Earth rising from the landfills or something?
That was
here we go.
incredible information. That was some real Wolf of Wall Street shit that y'all just experienced there from
That's hilarious.
Thrifty. That was great. That was great. I appreciate that. Was really good.
Now, where's the stupidity coming along?
There's
no
question.
stupidity. That was it. But I do have a question for you. And
that's what he was talking about.
Here we go.
This is all right. So one thing, like, when you're showing a club, you've got this thing like really like down. Okay, like when you're showing a club. But one thing,
that thing's pretty sweet.
Is this? I feel like this is turning into from an interview to church critiquing me somehow.
No,
how's this?
Somehow this is.
I was going to ask you what lotion you use, because your hands look incredible.
Thank you. Yeah,
like your hands look perfect. Like you could be a hand model.
Hilarious. I've heard that before. Actually, I've heard that my lips are very moist on stream too from people in the chat. And I think it was a guy. So
that went weird.
You hear some interesting stuff.
Church, did you get what you wanted? Church, you get what you wanted out of this?
So
you
do you moisturize?
Oh, of course. Well, right now they're a little dry. It's a little dry,
What do you
not
use?
Too bad. Just like a Jergens, I believe. I don't know. Why are we so specific on this?
Well,
yeah,
that's Jergens salt. That's not Jergens softness, right there.
Jergens.
No.
And then if we've been cleaning clubs, Clean. What's
Oh.
that? It's like in a little green container for people that work with their hands a lot. If it's really bad,
working
Oh,
man
working
hands.
hands. Working hands.
What was it? Working
Working man
something like
hands.
that. Yeah. I've used that before. That stuff's incredible. Your hands are really bad off. Use that stuff.
That's good
How the
to
hell?
Free,
know.
knowledge,
plugs. Free plugs
reselling
for working.
knowledge,
Hey,
and
working hands. If
working.
you hear this podcast, Working Hands, I'd be glad to have a sponsorship.
Whoa. The 3 Off the Tee
For whatnot.
podcast wants a sponsorship. Not no Thrifty Golf
Oh,
DMB.
excuse me.
We don't have Thrifty's hands.
We
They
need
ain't
that's
gonna
why we need the
sponsor
working
us.
hands. We need that. We need their
Yeah, we
products.
can get Thrifty's hands.
Yeah,
I didn't know my hands were such a topic of conversation here. I didn't realize.
me either.
I'll be thinking about it more now.
Thrifty, we have no idea what comes out of Church's mouth next, so this is not.
I've gotten grief on stream for my nails being too long before. Not only from my own mother, but from other people in the chat. Because I'm a lazy nail clipper. I'm somebody that just like, I'll just do it whenever. It's not really anything in particular. There's some people that clip their nails every day. But I'm just like, whatever. I'll just clip them whenever I go, oh, they're too long. But I got grief one time. And now I'm self-conscious about it. I'm always like, all right, are the nails too long before I go live? Because I don't need my mother telling me that they're too long. So
that's one of my favorite things about Whatnot, like being live.
Just getting the amount of insanity and
just the
crazy
random
people
shit
that are
people
on there
will pull
that
out,
just
like,
off the wall shit is absolutely.
You gotta have to have a hard exterior, right, to be able to handle a lot of this.
100%.
Like you can't let it bother you. So
you cannot be
I won't
too
even
soft.
I won't read our comments on YouTube now. Like I'm not gonna read those. I don't care to know what people think about me. It's not gonna affect me either way. And I know as much bullshit as I say, I'm gonna have some shit said back to me. So I just have to be ready for it. You know, I'm opening myself up to it. We all are being on Whatnot. Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'll never forget one of the shows.
Right now too.
There was a show that I was modding for Thrifty, and I'm sure we all know the name Sharuzu. And I think it was my first interaction ever. I think it was the first show I ever saw this dude in, and he was going at Thrifty hard. Like he was. It was a sight to see. And I think I put in the hidden chat.
Smokey asked me. Yeah. Do you want me to get rid of this guy?
I was like, and then then he said no, and then he said something else. I'm like, Thrifty, like I just want to boot him just to boot him. And he's like, no, let him stay. I bet he's a good guy. Next thing we know, he overpaid for, so like he shut me up immediately. I'm like, oh, he's never gonna swipe, he's never gonna buy anything, he's just running his back. And then he overspent like on a crazy item. I was shot. Sharuzu, that was my turning point.
You're only as good as your best troll. You're only as good as your best troll. You know, like if you have trolls, one of my things, I love the trolls in the chat because I always try and really like hone in on them and try and like there's certain guys I feel like I've kind of converted from them just coming in being a troll because you have a conversation with them, you really kind of get on them and stuff. And I think the trolling's fun. It's like it's good, you know, and if you do this long enough, like you're doing the same thing over and over again. So for somebody like me, the trolling's kind of fun. Like it's exciting. It's something different, right? It's something different that's happening in your show. It causes, like you guys are looking for, there's a little bit of drama happening. There's a little bit of excitement and change of pace. So I don't want 1,000 trolls to come in my show now after saying this, but you know, because then it gets annoying. But I also don't mind a little bit of like, you know, gentle interaction like that because I think it's fun and it's funny.
You are one of the best I've seen.
As long as you're not being overly ridiculous, racist, prejudiced, like any of that kind of stuff. Like I'm not tolerating any of that nonsense. But yeah, a little bit of like poking at you is kind of fun. I don't mind that.
Little general chirping is hilarious.
Yeah, it's chirping. Yeah, it's great.
Why do you have an Android?
Why do I have an Android?
Yeah,
because it's a superior.
I always
phone.
have. I don't know. I'm not an iPhone guy. Never.
He's too old. He's too old for an iPhone now in life.
No.
You're too old.
Guys, just so you know, Android is used across the world.
Here we go.
Way more than Apple. Just so you know.
But you
like
have
80% of the world has Android phones.
You have green text messages though.
Who cares?
Doesn't matter.
If it wasn't for Whatnot, I'd still be on Android. But Whatnot.
This is an iPad. I'm streaming on an iPad right now, just because Whatnot, you know,
Whatnot supports
interface. Yeah,
Apple so much better.
exactly. I
Because
had to
they're
get
better.
an iPad.
I think a
No.
lot of
Because
apps like Apple more. Just saying, MacBooks are like the #1 used computer product for a reason.
Yeah, well, I don't have an answer for that one.
All
Church.
right.
That's not a hard-hitting question.
Are you team chemtrail or no chemtrail?
Oh wait, chemtrail?
Oh my
I don't know
god.
what that is.
Oh my god.
Is this a current event?
No, these
No.
two idiots think that the
Jesus
streams
Christ.
in the air from airplanes caused COVID.
No,
and
that's
are
not just COVID. It's not just
controlling
COVID.
the weather.
It's the weather, diseases.
thank you.
Next question. I don't want to go down this trail of stupidity. Next question.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. I have somebody
Church,
with common sense in
Church, where are you at?
I'm
Church,
so
hit him with
thankful.
your best. Get the tinfoil hat.
Yeah, we don't want to
have
hear about the landfills raising the earth and all of that. I studied biology in college. I was an environmental scientist for like 13 years. So let's move on.
Shit.
So are you debunking
Welcome
the
to the
landfill
Thunderdome.
statement? Are you debunking the landfill statement?
That's not no chance. That's not happening, Church.
He had to pull the
Church
headphones.
left,
He didn't even
Church-
hear it. He had to pull the
Yeah,
headphones.
he's done.
quitting.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah, I'm
Earth
checked
to
out.
church.
I don't believe in biology, anyways.
I don't believe in biology. Okay.
Church says there's 47 genders.
No, all that stuff, all the science in school is just hogwash. It's all it don't make any sense. They're just teaching you stuff to try to mold your mind how they want you to think.
Church, what was your favorite subject in school?
PE.
Recess.
Football.
Okay.
Football.
I was more of a lunch guy myself,
pretty
but
much it.
that's
Hey,
to each their own.
So what are your thoughts on strip clubs? Do you like strip clubs?
I've never been to a strip club. I'm not a strip club guy. But here's the thing. My wife and I have been together since high school. So,
Orlando has some fine establishments.
I've never been with anybody besides her since high school, so
He's never needed a strip club.
Not a strip club guy.
Is your wife a midget? Because they have midget strip clubs.
She's not.
So,
So if she was a midget, Church, are you saying that she should be in a midget strip club?
How long did you spend? Didn't you say you spent a long time with these questions? This is not a long time.
We tried to have a phone call. We tried to have a phone call with him, and he literally sat there mute, and then he left. Said, "All right, I gotta go," and didn't say a word. We had no idea what he was doing.
I was high.
Oh, here we go. Are you high right now too?
Jesus,
he was
kinda.
Yeah.
He's not gonna say he's not.
Oh, coming! Oh my
geez.
god! All right, so
I'm glad you're
sitting in.
I really am.
You're sitting in a new shop, Thrifty. What did you ever think you would be to that point of, did you think you would always just be out of the garage? And what makes you now feel comfortable to have the shop?
Yeah, I don't think I thought that at some point I was going to have to do something different because the garage is only so big. There's only so much space. At some point the past 6 months, I had to get a storage unit because I was running out of room. And my wife wasn't happy that things were all over the place at our house, our garage, our dining room, our basement,
I went to
and
Thrifty's
everything
house
was
and
overflowing.
He had 3 racks in his dining room of golf polos in his dining room when I was at his house. Never mind the basement bags upon bags upon bags. If anybody needs a goddamn golf polo, please buy one from Thrifty Golf DMV to help his family gain the space in their house they deserve. Because this man has thousands of shirts for no goddamn reason.
Yeah. So I thought that at some point I'd probably need to grow and move out of the garage, but I don't know if the shop thing was ever something that was in my mind. It was something that I talked to a lot of people about. Some of my close friends on the app, people that I believe have a similar mindset to me when it comes to business and growth of your business. You know, Jamie, Logie Joe's Golf, Thomas, Secondhand Golfer, mainly were the two that I talked a lot with about it. Because at first, I was thinking, I'll just at some point try and figure out a way to build something at my house, just like a separate garage or something, and just move it all in there. And then it's still at the house, but away from the house. But there's a lot of factors with the shop that make a lot of sense. In terms of sourcing and getting more inventory, having people have the ability to have people come in and bring clubs to me, and stuff like that, that just having the shop and having that separation of personal and business is kind of a nice thing. And I'm close enough to my house still. You know, I picked a place that was just made a whole lot of sense for me, in terms of the space and the way that it's set up, and the fact that it's like 4 minutes from my house is great too. So, yeah, no, the thought of having the shop was never really something that was like a long-term thing. If you would have asked me last year this time, or told me last year this time that you're going to be in a shop doing this full time this time next year, I would have probably never believed that. But, you know, I guess you might say to yourself hearing that, like, man, things must have gone pretty well for me, so I can't complain. So
Also, thanks to that
That's
shop,
awesome.
you hired
The
me and Uncle
the thing
Church.
I got.
what was
Am I
that?
delayed? I think I'm super delayed.
They
No,
just
you're
don't want to
fine.
let you talk to the church.
I don't like you.
Well, yeah, that checks out. So what? All right. So like in this business, a lot of people think, why are you laughing right now? This is a serious question. This is not ice cream or strip clubs. This is serious.
Oh,
So a lot of people want to ask you, so where, like I get asked all the time, so where do you see this like in 5, 10 years? And I think that's way too far to look for us. I think it should be like a year to year. So what do you see 2026 looking like for Thrifty Golf?
Yeah, 2026 for me is just going to be for sure ramping up the Whatnot business, building out a staff of people to help me do the things that I'm doing myself now. You know, I've sold, I think we're up to almost 22,000 items on the app, and probably 18 to 19,000 of those were shipped by myself, just me by myself, never having help. You know, my wife, she's a teacher. She works full time. She's got a tough job that it's very demanding after hours and on weekends. And she's always doing stuff with our girls too. And I never really have asked her to be a part of this. She's not particularly all that interested in it anyway. So it's kind of just works out. But, you know, I've shipped a lot of the stuff and done a lot of the stuff myself. So building out the staff for me and being able to take things off of my plate so that I can continue to grow this thing, get more inventory to sell on continue to get more inventory to sell on Whatnot. You know, doing more shows for me, you know, will be big, and just continuing that upward trajectory and the momentum that I feel like I have, you know, right now on the app. I wouldn't say that maybe there's some sales goals type things in mind that I have in my head that I would like to achieve in 2026. But for the most part, it's just, you know, continue to get the ball rolling, with, you know, building out the staff and being able to do more and sell more, do more shows. So.
And what do you
Yeah.
see happening with the app, like the app itself? Like,
Oh, well, I will say that, you know, I wouldn't have quit a very secure government job if I didn't feel that, you know, this app is something that's not going away. It's my belief that live shopping is the future of shopping. And we are just, you know, we're like eBay 1998 right now on Whatnot. I think that it's very, very young still. And I think that this app's just going to continue to grow, and the golf category specifically is just going to continue to grow. I think that, you know, live shopping has been something that has shown great success in other parts of the country. It's huge in Asia. It has not caught on here like it has there yet. But I just, you know, you can see it. You can see that there's other companies trying to do what Whatnot's doing. There's lots of people out there. eBay Live, there's District, there's what are some of the other ones? There's some other
Palm
one I heard
Street?
of the other day.
yeah,
What was
Palm
it? Yeah,
Street's a new
Palm
one.
Street. I heard about
Yeah.
that one the other day. TikTok Live, right? There's so many people all trying to do the same thing. Whatnot did it first. They've done it very successfully for a while now. And to this day, like, just seeing what I've seen, I haven't sold on any of those other platforms to date, but from what I've seen, Whatnot's still doing it the best of everybody. And it's clear that they have a path forward, and I don't think that at least I don't know this for sure, but it doesn't appear that they have any interest and kind of selling out to anybody. They just want to continue to grow their platform because they know they have the best thing. You know, if they wanted to have sold to somebody, they probably would have done it already. I think that they know that, like, you know, it's my belief that live shopping's the future, and I think they realize that too, and that they could be a mega giant. So,
100%. 100%.
So speaking on that,
'Cause
Thrifty,
just in the golf category that I've noticed. No, go ahead. I was done.
I thought I talked way
these
before
guys just
you.
love talking.
I just want to know.
What can I say?
I think I started talking before you. I'm just saying. And I just want to know, Thrifty.
No, you
So you
did
talk about
not.
bigger companies. All right, I don't care. I don't care. Shut up. You talk about bigger companies coming on, right? So do you think, or have you experienced any of these bigger golf entities either reaching out to you about maybe selling their products, or you being an employee for them, or any talks about you getting acquired, or any have you heard any gist of that about them trying to kind of make a bigger entity in the golf category coming in?
Yeah. I don't know how I can answer this in a public forum without getting in trouble potentially. The answer, I have to just say yes and leave it at that.
Interesting.
Because I really can't talk much more about it. But yes.
Hold
There
on,
has
what was the
been-
question again?
If he's about to be, like, if there's been anybody that's reached out to him, or if he's heard of anything about getting either a bigger entity coming onto the app, or be like looking to acquire different sellers that are already on the app established, and them either selling their products or whatever a situation like that coming forward.
How could you think he could answer that?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's something already there. Maybe there's
That's
not. I
the
don't know.
dumbest question that you could have asked.
Oh, here we go.
There's no
Home
way
from
he
you
can
talking about
answer
midget strip
that, and all
clubs.
he's going to be able to do. You
Oh,
got to be able to
he
twist
could have
the
said yes or
question
no, and
to
that's
where
an
he
answer.
has to
No, he
answer
could.
it.
No, he could have said yes or no, and
There's
he
a
did.
lot of things that happen behind the scenes that I think a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah,
I'll just say
and
that.
I could have dug that out of you if Smokey wasn't like,
Here you
oh,
go.
are they
Dig it out
bringing
now.
a
Go
secret
ahead.
team
Go
on
ahead.
here to
Go
sell?
ahead. Try. Go ahead.
It's
Go ahead.
too late now.
Oh,
It's too late.
Oh my God. Maybe if you would have, hey, listen, maybe yesterday, if you were, or the days we tried to talk about this, if you were present and tried to listen to me and Levi, we could have talked this out. How are we going to dig it out of them? But you weren't, you didn't want to be there. Not on me.
Shut up.
Yeah. That shut you up real
So-
good,
See
huh?
what I have to work with, Thrifty. Do you see this shit?
God.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it in a few episodes for sure.
And they say
What do
I'm
you
the
think
problem.
happened? What do you think
I
happened?
think all
to,
three of you are the problem.
Wow.
what do you think happened to John Benet Ramsey?
Oh Lord, I don't know. Why are you asking me these questions? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one.
Who the hell is
Ain't
John
that up
Benet
in your
Ramsey?
area? I thought that was in
I don't
Maryland.
know what the
That's
fuck
because
he
I'm
just.
old. He's asking me questions that resonate with me.
Where's Jimmy Hoffa?
Thrifty, was that
Yeah,
a Google
honestly,
search
not that
question? Did you just Google what to ask somebody from the DMV area? Because that's what that sounded like to me. That was a
John
terrible
Benet
question.
Ramsey was in like Colorado or something.
Oh,
What are you
what?
talking about?
I don't
she
know.
wasn't
He was
in the
in
DM.
Colorado.
I thought she
Yeah.
was
You
up
see,
by
he
you.
tried
That's
to-
why I asked you that.
God, he Googled it,
Oh, I
and now
thought she
he
was
doesn't
out in
know.
Colorado or something.
You say
I'm
I asked a
sorry.
terrible question.
Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
Stupid.
Hilarious.
Thrifty, can you
All right,
give
y'all
us
got anything
some
else?
constructive? Can
You
you
want me to
give?
talk about Stranger Things or something? What do you want to talk about?
No.
next?
I want you to
I don't
give
watch
us
that.
as the podcast some constructive criticism on what the church has been picking you apart. So why don't you pick apart the podcast and see what we should be doing differently or better going forward?
You're kind of going in and out for me, but I think I got the gist of what you said. I would say less Super Bowl picks. I'm not interested in hearing who you think week to week is going to win the Super Bowl. Personally, that's just me. That's it.
That's your one piece
Patriots.
of construction of. No, it's the goddamn Rams. Shut the fuck up.
That's it.
I can't stand that guy.
Oh, speaking of football, why did you stop picking your picks in the pool?
Because I just keep forgetting to do it. Because football is like so low on my tier right now with everything else I have going on in my life. And honestly, I haven't even really been watching football at all. So, because I've been working here on Sundays, I barely even remember that football's happening.
Then why are you not running
Unfortunately.
from your shop yet?
I'm running on Wednesday.
From your shop?
Yes.
First show from the
yeah,
shop.
Here we go.
Did you not
talking.
listen to
Like
the
the
whole
show
beginning of this?
Wednesday.
Church, he said this an hour ago.
He was spaced out.
What kind of seller do you think you are? Some people
What a
call you just a hat
bad
seller.
question.
No,
That's
no,
the
not a bad
best you
question.
could come up with after all
I
that
hate
time.
this guy. You don't let me
What
finish
kind
the
of seller
question.
are you?
You don't let me. You don't. I'm done. I'm done.
I'm a good
No,
seller.
No.
I know
Finish
what
the-
he means. I think I know.
Thrifty knew where I was going, and you ruined
Finish
it.
the
Thrifty
question.
knew I was going to attack him
Finish
for
the
being a hat
question,
seller
Smokey.
only.
Finish the
Finish the
question.
question.
No, now it's done. No, no,
Did-
no.
So
Finish
yeah,
the question.
So,
That
okay,
guy
I
Church
know where
ruins
Smokey's
things.
going with
That
this.
guy
So there was-
Church ruins everything.
Shut up, Smokey.
I started. Okay, am I answering it or no?
Yes, you are.
You do what you
Ignore the
want.
bear.
All right, do
Okay,
what you
all right.
want.
I think I know where Smokey's going with this, so I'll see if I can get there. So when I started on the app, I had a lot of golf clubs because, like I told you earlier, I wasn't very good at listing them and getting.
You were a
them.
hoarder.
I was a hoarder. But as time went on, I realized very quickly, right, and that's one of the things that not everybody thinks about when you're selling on this app, is to be sustainable on this app, you have to think about what is your turnover rate of selling anything, any item, right? So if I sell 100 clubs a week, how fast am I going to sell out of all of my clubs? And how quickly do I need to acquire clubs if I want to keep that ball rolling and do things like this, like consistently, right? Not everybody thinks about that. They just blow everything out that they have, and then they're like, oh, well, what do I do now? I have nothing left. I can't go live again. I can't sell anything, so I have nothing. So when I first started, I had lots of clubs that I never did a good job listing and selling. And so I had that issue where I was like, man, I burned through tons of stuff really, really, really quickly. And at the time, I wasn't as well connected as I am now locally, or just in general in this industry. Like, you get connections with people over time when you do this long enough. And I was really just like a thrifter guy. I'd go find stuff, or I'd buy from people off Facebook Marketplace. And very quickly, I realized that buying and selling clubs for me at that time was not very sustainable. It was not something that I was doing a good job at. It also was like the hardest show to ship. And for a guy that was doing it part-time, and Thomas said this to me at one point, probably like, when 6 months ago or so, he was like, I finally kind of understood what you were always saying when people were telling you to run the stuff behind you. And I was like, guys, I can't sell a club show right now because I have a business that I like to make sure, is providing you really good customer service. And to me, that means that I can get the things out that you've bought from me in a timely manner. And if I'm working a full-time job doing this and having to ship at night, like after work, after my kids go to bed, like it's hard to do a full-fledged club show by yourself like that. And so me selling clubs turned into, well, what are the more sustainable things that I can do that are easier for me to source? And I became, for a long time, the hat guy. Like, that was the thing that Smokey's referring to. I was the hat guy on the app. I may still have, I don't know. It's hard to, I don't know, because there's been, like, I guess Bubba has sold hats for the Birdie Gang or whatever for more, but non-membership wise, I may have the record for the highest hat sold dollar wise. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that. If not, I'm very close. It might be number 2 or whatever. But
What was
yeah,
your highest
I was
hat
like,
sold?
I think it's like $440 or something like that.
Is that
$440 for a hat.
That was an
To
inside
Logie,
job.
The
That was an
flamingo.
inside
No,
job.
it was not.
That was
It
an
wasn't.
inside job.
No, it was not.
That was Sharuzu and Jamie just kind
No, it
of
was not.
teamed up.
Nope. But yeah, we sold. That was in my Memorial Day weekend of this year. Did an 18-hour hat stream.
Holy
sold
shit.
1,150 hats. I think we
Jeez.
sold probably like 30 or 40 vintage ping hats, and like 5 of them were considered to be 5 of the rarest ones on the planet, I think.
Damn.
Some of which were like prototypes that nobody's ever seen before, stuff like that. And, I acquired them from somebody that had them in their collection. But yeah, no, I was like the hat guy, and that was my thing because it was like something that I could source really well. And I'm big into vintage. We haven't really touched on that too much, but big into vintage, especially vintage hats. And I think the vintage golf hat game is really cool. It's a really fun one. And it was my goal at one point to really make vintage hats something that came to Whatnot and, allow a portion of our platform to be able to run a vintage hat and it go for a price that kind of made sense to the market value. So that was kind of one of my missions at one point, and I think I did pretty well doing that, just bringing the awareness that there's a trend in the marketplace for vintage golf, especially those vintage hats. So yeah, I mean, I kind of meandered a little bit. I was a club guy at first. That's how I came to the app. That's how I started. I meandered and was mostly doing like apparel, hats, and stuff because it was just easier for me to source. But at the end of the day, like all of us know this, clubs are king on Whatnot. Like if you're not doing clubs, it's really challenging to be successful. Like the top guys are selling clubs. And that's what, to me, makes somebody like Logie Joe's Golf, like Jamie, what he does is remarkable because there's nobody on the app that sells accessories and stuff and has had the success that he has. Like it's unreal what he does just selling accessories and things. Because most people gain that sort of success selling clubs, and he hasn't really done. He sells clubs occasionally, but to be able to keep that kind of room in a big show, not selling clubs, is just wild to me. Still to this day, I think it's crazy. But yeah, clubs are king. Like I knew that if I was going to be pursuing this full time, that I kind of had to get back on track and make sure that clubs were a big part of my business model because I know that's the thing people want the most. And I know that like long-term longevity wise and success wise, I know that that's what my business needs to be able to do because I think that that's how you really continue to grow on the app. And I would say that to continue what you're saying, Smokey, like I think that there's a couple of types of sellers on the app, and the thing, and I know it bothers people like me and some of the other sellers that are, I would say, auction style sellers. Like I'm an auction style seller. Jamie, Logie Joe's, for the most part, like I've never, and anybody that's ever said they've never done limited entries on stuff, every single seller on this app, even the big ones, have done limited entries. I have, other people have, everybody has at some point. It's just too easy not to have done it at some point. But
When
overall,
you say other
people,
do you want to name? Do you want to
should I name them?
Yeah,
Everybody,
I didn't know.
the big
If you
guys.
don't want to, don't.
Logie Joe's has done it. I've done it. Take 5 has done it. GHQ Crew has done it. I've seen everybody, all the big sellers.
I just asking. I just asking.
Oh, you wanted to know who I thought big sellers were?
No, not at all. I just.
Well, actually, no. Going on
at
to
some
that,
point, we've all done it.
Thrifty.
It's whether or not you do it consistently is all.
Thrifty. Who's your top 5? It doesn't have to. Doesn't mean like. Doesn't have to be the biggest. Doesn't have to be. What's your top 5
My
shows
top
you like
5
to watch?
sellers?
No. Like shows you like to watch. Shows you like to watch.
Shows that I like to watch. Okay, so I would say Jamie Logie Joe's is probably my number 1 because he's just so entertaining. And he's one of my best friends, so I like watching him. And I've watched him since the beginning, since his very first show. I watched his first show and I railed him because he was selling clubs. I was buying clubs from him for like $1. And he'll talk about it till this day. Like I crushed him on clubs his first show. Like it was kind of like a hazing of sorts, like welcome to the app, bud. And so, yeah, like I remember watching his first show and being like, man, this guy's a dork. Like he's wearing some like whatever. Was he wearing the chicken nugget? What was the polo? The chicken nugget polo. Yeah. I'm like, what kind of like dorky weird stuff has this guy got going on? He's making these chicken nugget polos and stuff, and he's trying to sell clubs and act all professional. And he just was like not loose. Like he wasn't like he is now. And so, it was, I think his like the time, and I watched him because he had cool stuff and he seemed like a nice guy, but he got crazy and popular when he did that bathtub stream. I always will say to this day, the bathtub stream was his breakout performance. That was the thing where you could see he finally realized that he just needed to be himself and have fun instead of being like, Mr. Businessman with his shirt and tie on the whole time, because that's how he acted. And then from there, it was just like, he was one of the trailblazers for a lot of stuff when it comes to being creative on the app and just doing different things.
All right, where's your next 4? Where's your next 4?
My next 4 probably I love Griff because, again, he's one of my friends. He's one of the first shows I ever watched. I think he's just a fun show. He's fun
Guys,
to
we're
hang
seeing the
out with.
trend. We're seeing the trend here.
But I'm friends with these
We're
people
seeing the
because I
trend, guys.
liked them. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Definitely Griff because he does the show his own way, and he's never gonna change. Like, he doesn't care. He does the show his way. He'll tell me all the time, I'm 50, whatever he is now, 53 or however old he is. Maybe I'm
You should know
undershooting
your
it.
dad's birthday.
But,
you should know your dad's birthday.
But he'll say, like, Thrifty, I'm not going to change. Like, I'm just going to do it the way that I do it. And it works out for him. He does the numbers he wants to do, and he's happy with it, and it's a side hustle for him, and he does his thing. And he's like, you guys talked in the last show that there's certain people that just, they have their margins, and they know what they want to sell something for to make money. And he just sticks to his guns, and he says, like, hey, I'm going to sell you this $75 shirt for half price, and you're going to get a good deal, and I'm going to make my money, and that's just how it's going to be. And there should be more of that, I think, on the app. So Griff is a fun show. He's one I've always watched. It's just a cool vibe in his show, and it's a cool hangout for sure, so I really enjoy watching him. To piggyback off your question the other day, I think Church was right. That's my pick. Broski is the rising star in the golf category. There's not even a close second to me. I said it since the very first show of his that I watched. Like, you can tell that there's certain people that you watch that they have the it factor, like the riz, the charisma. Like, there's certain people, like, they just have it or they don't have it. And Broski has it. He's just fun to watch. He's got a great personality. People love the fast shows, and I see myself sometimes going like, I'm not moving fast enough, and I move fast, decently fast. I'm not a slow seller, but Broski's like light speed, and people love it. Like, that's huge. Like, people love the fast shows on the app. So I'm always trying to look at how I can improve myself. So I would say Broski's on the list. I love Go Terps. He's a local guy for me. He's a really fun person to watch. I mean, just the energy's off the charts. I don't know how he's going to blow a gasket one day because his energy is just like through the roof. Like, the guy's great. So I do really enjoy watching him.
That's 4.
I'm trying to think, who would my 5th be in the golf category? I like all of you guys. I love, I try to be a company
the
man.
diplomatic
Oh,
answer.
here we go. Here
I
we
like
go.
all of
Me
you
the
guys.
twos.
We get the pity.
I would say
We get the
probably
pity
Tom.
vote.
I would say Thomas. Because he's got really great stuff. And, again, I don't know.
That's my
So it
list.
sounds
that
to
I
me like
guessed
it's a favoritism.
Second-hand golfer.
That's what I guessed he would say right there.
Wow,
Jacob
you
was
even
cool.
put
Yeah,
Jacob in there. Unbelievable.
Sorry,
Left
Jacob.
Jacob?
Jacob's number 6.
Oh,
Jacob's
Left
number
Jacob
6.
high and dry.
Sorry, Jacob. Jacob's going to be mad at me.
yeah.
He's my guy.
Golly.
He brought me on the app. He's my guy. What can I tell you?
Yeah, sure sounds
The
like
right-
it. Sure sounds like
The
it.
right
He's
amount,
number
the
6.
right amount of money, we can edit that and put him in the top 5.
All right, how much? Hey, another $3? Will another $3 do it? Jacob, and coming in at number 5 is Jacob. Hit him for our golf. So there you have the clip to put in there.
I think you got to
So-
put him number 1 now.
So we got, as you know, everybody's done the limited shows, the spot shows, whatever you want to call them. But now you turn on the app and it seems like that is 70% of the shows. What's your take on that?
Yeah. Oh man. At the end of the day, like, we all need to do what we need to do to make money, right? I don't love it. I don't do them all the time. Like Smokey and Smokey will tell you, like, I've definitely done limited entry stuff because it's hard to feel like you're going to get market value on certain things. And if you can come to the table with a really cool putter or bag or whatever that's worth thousands of dollars and give people a crack at it, like, I think it's not a bad thing to be able to do. I will agree with your guys' sentiment in previous, episodes that an off-the-rack putter is not like something I feel like is a great, spot show item. I would say if you're gonna go after doing spot shows, like, you need to go all in. You need to make it something wild, And I also believe that if you're gonna do it, you kind of have to you have to be able to be like taking the risks, right? Like, if I've done them in the past, which I have, and I probably will do some moving forward, especially in my 50K show and other shows. I've run like 50 Vokies for something. And you're getting, to me, it's like all about, are you getting value for something? Like, I don't like that somebody's not going to get value. It's not in my DNA to overcharge somebody something for something and then them get stuck with that item, because I think that sucks. Like, if you're going to charge people $50 for a sleeve of balls,
For a bag
and
of
you know that
cheese.
only 1 out of 35 people are gonna get that item, that kind of sucks for that person. But if you run them for $1 and people bid them up to $50, that people can swipe or they can't swipe. It's up to them. Like, they create the market value on the item and chasing after the thing that they're chasing. So I think that I'm okay with the spot shows as long as there's certain criteria. And I think for me, those would be, you got to have crazy items. You have to have things that are rare. You have to have things that are like really high dollar. And then I think if you're going to do it, start them for $1 and make the market decide, make the people on the show decide what they're going to go for. And that's risky. Like, that's, you know what you need to make money off of that thing. And it's a lot easier for guys to just say, I'm going to charge you $30 a sleeve because I know for me to double up on this item after fees, they have to go for a certain amount of money. But you can kind of do that math in your head, assuming you know what things are going to go for, and just run them for $1 and just kind of hope for the best.
Especially because what I've noticed is a lot of these newer sellers, their buyer's givey is something they want on the app. And they're like, oh, cool, I'll turn around and I'll turn it into some money because I'm not going to game it or whatever. And then it's like, everybody knows you won it. We saw you win it. And now it's like, I get you're trying to make money, but when you're trying to make $900, $1,200 off of a putter, everybody saw you win. It's like, take the gamble, have some fun with it. Like, if you want to make money on it, put it on.
Yeah, I will say though, Levi, that's actually an interesting point you bring up, because I would say that at least they're giving it away. It used to be back in the day on the app when we were in the early days of the category, it was a major faux pas for you to win something as a seller and then turn around and sell it in your show. Like, that was a big, big, big no-no. And that I've seen that happen many times. Like, there is just no regard for that anymore. Like, that's something nobody cares about.
Thrifty tried to yell at me one day. I tried to do that.
Yeah, like if I bought in Jacob's show and I won a Scotty Cameron putter, the expectation was that I was going to give that away in my show at some point. And buyer giveaway is fine, right? But it would be a major no-no if you were to go turn around and then run that putter and sell it and make money off of it. Like, that was not something
I would have told them people kiss my ass.
I would say I've
definitely ran some
because it's like you're just giving back you took something from the buyer pool and then you didn't bring it back into the community, and that was kind of like the opinion that everybody had at the time.
That was such a small like selling group.
I get that, but I'm with church. Like, I won that. That's mine. I'm gonna do with it what I what I want. And so, because sometimes that's where you can make up on some of your losses. Because every one of us has taken an ass kicking on clubs before, but then you get to run one club that you're into for nothing, and that helps make up 15, 20 clubs worth of getting your ass kicked on. And so that's why I'll never feel bad about selling something I want.
I see the perspective.
He has to recoup his money from all those Max Fly tri-flies he gets from buying into break.
Oh, church.
Thrifty.
Yeah,
it's mostly the tees and ball marker. You what? Sorry.
I said, no, I was just saying, I to just kind of bring it full circle. I don't have any issues with the people, people just generally doing spot shows and breaks and stuff. It's not for me. It's not something that, I'm going to, I'm not going to have my business model revolve around it. There's times where I will incorporate it into one of my shows if it's like a milestone show or something. It's just not something for me. I think that if you're going to do it, there's a way to do it. You should probably try and do it the right way if you can. Well, I say the right way, but the way that I explained. But, at the end of the day, I think that we've already seen it a little bit on the app, but Whatnot doesn't really like those types of shows. And so they're doing things behind the scenes to kind of suppress them. And so I would guess that You know, if that's your part of your long-term business model is doing breaks and spot shows, like, you might have a rude awakening at some point, because I don't think that they're going to be here for the long haul like an auction show will be. So
Yeah, no, I
that's just my perspective and advice to other sellers.
I did get a warning and a reported for a limited show because I was calling it a limited show, and so I think that they are going to start cracking down on it, and so I think they will be starting to get phased out.
Yeah, I think they will. I mean, we've already seen it with, like, the surprise set shows. If you do them the right way, they're really fun. Like, they're really great. Certain ones are really great shows. Like, Jamie's Hat Wall surprise set is really fun. It's a good show. But Whatnot's doing stuff behind the scenes to suppress those shows. Like, the other day, Jamie did one, and he wasn't even showing up in the golf category. So, you know, there's stuff that's happening.
Yeah. So, well, I think we've taken up enough of your time, Thrifty, and we appreciate you being here, man. We really do.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, man.
Next time, bring the harder hitting questions. What are we doing here?
It's been very informative. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, next time, Thrifty,
keep doing what you're doing. It's fun.
Get ready.
I like listening to the show personally, so keep doing it. Just less Super Bowl picks, please.
The hell did we even give away last week? We didn't do one because of the...
Nothing, because we had to cancel the show early because of your issues. So we didn't even do a giveaway wheel last week.
Fair enough.
And I bet this week Church doesn't even have
No, you're fine. You're fine. So, hand up accountability. You don't just stay put. Where are you going?
Oh,
just hang out. You're here for the long haul. You're here for the long haul.
So I will sponsor the giveaway from last week to this week. So we'll choose somebody out of the comments right here. This is from some Fore Right shit right there.
About time you take accountability.
Oh, I don't want to hear it, Bear. I don't want to hear it, Bear. Anyway. Who's doing the giveaway for
wheel ready?
No, I don't have a wheel because I'm using it for my launch monitor. We don't need it, Smokey. You just said we don't need it.
For next week.
He's giving away Fore Right merch.
No, from last week.
That's for
last week.
That was for last episode.
We'll give away 3 off the tee next week. I'll give a hat, a ball marker, a towel, and a banner from mine. All right. That's what we're giving away. All right.
Jeez.
Okay.
Well,
listen, we got a lot
of up with this shit show. God.
Thank you, Thrifty. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.